second time hosting this. The meetings would be having all finance ministers, central bank governors from almost 200 countries coming in, discussing policies and future challenges with international organization leaders, business sectors, and also academias. So they will be talking about what would be the policy responses, short terms and long terms, for challenges.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome to Thai Pulse. The IMF World Bank Group annual meetings are a key global forum where finance ministers, central bank governors, and financial experts gather to discuss economic challenges and solutions.
In 2026, Thailand will have the honor of hosting this prestigious international event. Today, we'll discuss what it means for Thailand and what the meetings hope to achieve. Let's begin.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Swadika, thank you very much for joining our program today. So for viewers watching at home, could you please tell us what these meetings are and why does it matter to the global economy?
Okay, so actually the IMF and World Bank annual meetings usually being held at in Washington DC every year, but then the third year they will actually come out and do it in one of the member countries, and this is our second time hosting this. The meetings would be having all finance ministers, central bank governors from almost 200 countries coming in, discussing policies and future challenges with international organization leaders, business sectors, and also academias. So they will be talking about what would be the policy responses, short terms and long terms, for challenges. For example, in spring meeting during April this year, it's right after the war, the Middle East war. So they were discussing in terms of what are the appropriate fiscal and monetary policy responses, and also how to secure energy and food supply for the world going forward.
Right.
So in terms of policy discussion and also the possible coordination of policies for member countries. And also for this year, this coming October, they'll be discussing in terms for the IMF, they will be looking into the resilience of the global financial and economic conditions. And in terms of the World Bank, they will be discussing the financing and also creating jobs for the world.
Right. So they'll be discussing challenges and solutions as well, right?
Right. So both the problems and the solutions and also policy responses.
Right.
So this year, Thailand will be hosting the 2026 IMF World Bank Group annual meetings, right? So how significant is this opportunity for Thailand?
I think it is quite significant. We did it already in 1991. What we have received then was basically opening up Thailand to not only the world, but like the financial world. So after that, we have seen a lot of financial developments, capital markets, financial markets. That's one thing. For this time, it's not just the host again. We have to make this an opportunity for strategic investment and tourism activities. That's one, because we can actually showcase, the capability of people, the friendliness of people, and also the readiness of our infrastructure.
Right.
That's one. So this would actually, in medium term, long term, will create activities for tourism and also potential for investments. Because if they see our potentials, our infrastructures, our governance, and also our readiness, I think going forward, we probably have potentials. I've talked to a lot of people at the IMF and World Bank meeting last time. A lot of people have not been to Thailand, surprisingly. So hopefully, if they come and see us, I think there will be a lot more potentials in terms of investment and tourism. And also, for Thailand ourselves, we can showcase our leadership and also the thought leaders and action leaders. One of the things we want to showcase is the thinking of late King Rama IX in terms of sufficient economy and the principle of the work towards it. And that's one thing that we can showcase to the world. I think it's very practical and timely for this uncertain world. And also we will be promoting what's called the safe and inclusive digital finance.
Right.
because we can talk about this later, but it's about trying to make sure that the development in terms of digital finance is safe and not leaving anyone behind.
Right.
So that's the thing that we want to showcase.
And why was Thailand chosen at this time?
Usually they will go around the world,
Right.
trying to do every 3 years, right? So actually in 2018 it was Indonesia. So we didn't think it was gonna come back to Thailand. But I think it's also our readiness and also our potentials, and people want to know Thailand more. And I think we've been in the international fora quite often and more often than before. They want the event to be held here.
Right. Right. So let's talk about the theme. This
Yes.
year's theme is Thailand's New Horizons, empowering people, building resilience. It is interesting vocabulary. What does it mean
Right.
for New Horizon?
I think it's basically you have to look back and think about the global development so far. The evolvement of the development has been very rapid. So basically you are looking over to the new horizons already, and that's why Thailand has to catch up. So I think this is why we really need a quick and rapid development as well. But that development has to have people in the center. And that's why we want to make sure that people are empowered for Thailand so they can raise their productivity, raise their income, and also, see the new opportunities for the countries. That's one thing. So that's where empowering people comes from.
Right.
And also in terms of building resilience, when you only have growth, a lot of the activities around growth will create risk. So we also need to look from the risk angle, the side effect angles, right? Let's say, for example, digital finance or digital payment system. We are one of the best. We have to say we're one of the best in the world.
Right.
Prompt pay, everybody has prompt pay.
Right.
And it's very quick, very cheap, right? But what comes with prompt pay? What comes with the fast payment? It's the risk, it's the fraud, it's the scam.
Right.
So we also have to think about that. We build trust on the digital finance system. So this is only one example. We want to basically build resilience on other angles as well. Rather than going forward just for growth, we try to build resilience. We try to build agilities. We try to fail fast and get up fast so that we have, sustainable growth for the
Right.
country. And that's where the theme are coming from.
One of the highlight concepts from Bank of Thailand is safe and inclusive digital finance for financial well-being. Could you please elaborate on this?
Yeah, sure. Actually, under the theme, New Horizon, Empowering People, Building Resilience, the 4 pillars that Thailand wants to be a platform for the discussion. There are 4 pillars. One of the pillars are digitalization and AI transformation. And it's actually what I told before. We showcase what's called digital public infrastructure, which is prompt pay, เป๋าตัง เป๋าตุง and every other digital products that we have. But the other products that we want to showcase or want to promote is we want the digital finance ecosystem to be very safe and inclusive. What do we mean by safe and inclusive? The first area is we want to tackle fraud and scams. I think it's not only Thailand's pain, but it's everyone's in the world's pain now. The second one is to strengthen the cyber resilience. Once the AI has developed, also the criminals have developed, and securing cyber resilience has been more and more difficult. Let's collaborate and make sure that the cyber resilience is there for the digital finance. And the third one is the ecosystem, digital finance that are fair and inclusive. Because let's say if you entering digital finance era, everybody's in the digital world, digital people with digital footprint would have more opportunities.
Right.
So some people could be left behind if they cannot get access to mobile payments or other digital footprint types. So how do we make sure that we can move on and go on the digital finance path without leaving these people behind and make sure that there are also some other alternatives that they can be in the system in their own way or in their own ecosystem.
Even though nowadays we're surrounded by intelligent technologies, AI, but we do have to agree that there are certain groups of people in Thailand, especially the elderlies, who do not really know how to use their smartphones. And especially if it's concerning bank issues. Most of the time they need to go to the bank themselves to do whatever financial that they need to take care of. So I think other than not leaving them behind, we also need to give them more knowledge of how to use this digitally and also be aware of the scammers as well.
Yes. I'm glad you brought this up because under the Safe and Inclusive Digital Finance, in the area of fraud and scam, we are working with the IMF and the World Bank to launch what's called Bangkok Blueprint.
Oh, wow.
And this Bangkok Blueprint is basically, I think it's a policy compass. There will be 12 key considerations of how one country can fight fraud and scam. I think it's good that we launch it here, not for only Thailand, but for the region, because 2/3 of fraud and scam cases are from here in Asia.
Right.
So one of the key considerations definitely be financial literacy for everyone. So for these 12 key considerations, we are hoping that people or countries or member countries who just experience fraud and scam problems, they can leapfrog on a lot of things because we've done a lot. Some worked and some didn't work.
Right.
So we're trying to make sure that our member countries, our member friends, they didn't have to or they don't have to go through the pains that we did.
Right.
Not only for Thailand, but when Asia did. We have cases from Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore to share with them. So I think Bangkok Blueprints will be let's say deliverables that will leave some legacies for Thailand as the name Bangkok Blueprint and also the image of being a thought leader and an action leader for Thailand.
Right. And the participants are not only from government and public sectors, right? The CEOs will come as well.
Yes, they will. Right. So there'll be mostly financial sectors. I think all major global banks will be here. You probably have seen some of the advertisements already for some of the banks. They will have seminars here or dinners or lunch talk. So there will be a platform, not only within QSNCC or the Queen's Circuit National Convention Center, but also vicinities. Like there will be events around that people who participate in this can actually choose and go to listen or share their experiences or share their views in many areas. So it's not only finance, but also development from the World Bank side.
Okay, we're going to take a short break and we're going to come back. Now, after the break, we'll take a closer look at Thailand's preparations in holding this global event and the long-term benefits it could bring to the country. We'll be right back.
When is the perfect time to visit Thailand? The answer is every single day. In the summer, ride the crystal clear waves and dive into vibrant beach festivals. In the green season, trek through lush rainforests and conquer thrilling river rapids. In the winter, feel the crisp mountain breeze and wake up to a breathtaking sea of mist. Thailand has it all in one place. Thailand, the ultimate travel hub. Thailand steps onto the global economic stage once again. In 2026, we are honored to host the annual meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group, or the IMF World Bank Group Annual Meetings 2026. Often compared to the Financial Olympics, this platform gathers leaders and high-level representatives from 191 countries worldwide to shape the global economic and financial direction. Come make an impact and drive the future of the global economy together, right here in Thailand. The meetings will take place from October 12th to the 18th, 2026, at the Queen Sirikit National Convention Center.
Welcome back to Thai Pulse. Now let's continue with preparations for the meeting. So how are the preparations progressing right now?
I think we are progressing quite well. The MS or Meeting Secretariat, which includes International Financial Monetary Funds and the World Bank Group's staff, they just left in July and they were quite happy of what they have seen. It is actually a huge preparation. I would say it's a huge work, and it takes a lot of people from the Ministry of Finance and also from the Bank of Thailand, other agencies. There would be a lot of partitions and constructions to be made, so that the plan is intact, and also there will be transportations, liaison officers, catering. So those are basically coming along quite well, and they were quite happy, and we also quite happy. On the preparation is actually being supervised by a national committee,
Right.
chaired by the Prime Minister. So to make sure that the coordination is there.
And on the days of organization will be official holidays as well, right?
Well, of course, there are already one holidays on the 13th of October. So for the traffic to be light and to facilitate, I would say around 20,000 people traveling in that area. That's why I think the cabinet decided to make the 16th, which is Friday, another holiday for Bangkok and vicinity, so that people can stay home and be a good host,
Right.
making traffic light.
Right.
And so the meeting can progress smoothly.
What long-term benefits do you think Thailand and wider international community will gain from these meetings?
So I think I mentioned earlier that people would see us in a maybe different angle, because if they visit, we actually had a talk with at the time Prime Minister Kun Anant Panyarachun, and if you remember in 1991, that year was actually we had a coup in the beginning of the year around this February time. So people were skeptical of what Thailand's going to look like, countries right after the coup, and would be hosting the annual meetings. So the MS team came, the MF came, the World Bank came, and they were surprised to see a very peaceful country. So they had to come and see and saw for themselves. And they were, they went back and, they told the headquarters that it was all good. So the meeting could continue. I think this is pretty much the same. There are a lot of news, good news, bad news, or fake news about Thailand. And this is the opportunities that they can come and see for themselves. And if they see our readiness, I think in terms of infrastructure, hard and soft for Thailand, I think we're one of the best in the region. This will, give them some ideas in terms of maybe they could invest more. They will see a very vibrant market, and our location is very prime. I mean, they can go anywhere very closely in the region from Bangkok or even Chiang Mai or Phuket. We have international airports. So I think these facilities will show them our readiness, not only for tourism or future meetings or global dialogue like this, but also investments. And again, I think it's we can show them that we can be a very constructive partners in terms of talking about global policies and also developments.
Right.
So I think one thing. And from the international communities, we hope to leave the legacy of Bangkok Blueprints.
Right.
Because the name would actually refer to us every time they talked about
Right.
these principles.
Right.
Back in 1991, how people were quite amazed at how Thailand turned out to be different from what they expected. And then I think about, the memes on the internet, how they think Thai people would ride elephants to
Right.
places.
Yeah.
But actually there are some certain videos that foreigners post online as well, how Thailand is not a third world country, and they would post a bunch of malls and the streets, around the cities where it's unexpected to what the foreigners might think of Thailand. So I think this is also a very great opportunity.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
right.
exactly. And I think during March, the IMF came and held what's called Asia 2050 conference. And Kristalina Gorgiewa, the MD, the managing director of the IMF, came. She was very happy with the balance of Bangkok. Not even Thailand, like just Bangkok. That's so for us, it's very busy city. But for her, she found like peace and livelihood of Bangkok, and she was happy. She was going back, and she said Thailand was very pretty. And during April, it was in spring meeting. She actually conveyed this message to all the participants at all the meetings she went to. So she was very impressed on. I don't know whether you have heard about the fish near the temple. She said if next life she had to be reborn, she would like to, become a fish
In the temple.
in the temple because you
We
never,
were not allowed.
right. So that was a very small thing that she could, make it big and brought up to the global eyes. So I think that's going to be. This is only one example. So if everybody comes and see this for themselves, I think it will go quite well.
Right.
Okay.
Actually, I was wondering about 1991 because, of course, the economy of Thailand at that time was not as advanced as today. So why was Thailand chosen? What are the selection processes?
Okay. At the time, one of the things that I thought of is we were one of almost the tigers of Asia, if you remember. Right, almost. There were 4 tigers before us, and they were thinking that we might be the 5th tiger.
Right.
But in terms of selection process, I think they actually look at the area first, right? So if you're in Asia, next time they will pick someone from Middle East, someone from Africa, Europe, America, or South America. So I think that was one of, or that still be one of the criteria. And also, what's the capacity of the hotels, logistics, infrastructures. So at the time, I think we didn't have the QSNCC, but they saw, I think, the potential that we would be able to get one. I think it was also during the time where, since we are almost a tiger, there's a lot of economic booms and capital market booms, right? Real estate booms during the time. So we can actually create QSNCC within 1.5 years.
Right.
So they saw the potential. And I think one of the things that quite matters is they look at the gender balance as well, the women's right, the gender's equality. So that's also one thing. And I think Thailand projected well then and now.
Right.
So, yeah.
I just try to understand the noise that these meetings could make in international media. What about that time where not so many people knew how Thailand was? Did it make a lot of noise after the meetings in international communities?
I was not in the area at the time, but when talking to people around then, I think even the Prime Minister, he shared his experience and he said he remembers. But in terms of international, I think a lot of kind of senior governors and finance ministers, they remembered because they were probably one of the staff at the time, or the staff that had seen the news. So I think in terms of the media at the time, the IMF and World Bank actually did quite a good job in terms of projecting the picture. Not as good, definitely, with the channels and all the social medias here. It's not going to be comparable. But I think at the time they try on their own. They have the communication departments working very closely with us to advertise or to let the world know that we're having the events, we're hosting the events. And so far, they said it's one of the meetings that they have the most participants.
Wow.
Right. Already, yes.
Okay. Since that we're prepared, but I keep thinking about the word prepared because there is something that we're unprepared though, which is financial literacy amongst the youngsters. I think we should have classes that gives financial literacy to students. So I was wondering, will there be any meetings for parents or for teachers at the event, teaching the adults how to give these knowledge to their kids or to their students?
On the meetings itself, I think one of the IMF and the World Bank has 9 stakeholders group that they want to focus on, and youth was one of that.
Right.
So during March, when the MD visited Thailand, she actually held a seminar at one of the universities, and then we invited probably 200-300 students from around Bangkok and vicinities to come and attend that. So that's one of the probably not full financial literacies, but more of the awareness of what the IMF is, what the IMF is at this time, and so that the youth knows about the IMF and the event. That's one thing. But in terms of financial literacies, I think it's becoming a very prominent strategies or agendas for all central banks in the world, including the Bank of Thailand and also the Ministry of Finance. I think we are focusing on, in terms of fraud and scam.
Right.
Prevention is the best, right? Once you lose the money, it's gone. So how do we do prevention effectively? We have to go to teach people when they were young, so that it's the behavior. It's not, it's not like they can think and stop all the time, but it has to be one of the habits that will be trained. That they'll train since they're youngsters. So that's why I think this is not IMF and World Bank agendas yet, but for ASEAN agendas this year, yes, the Philippines is hosting ASEAN or sharing ASEAN this year, and financial health for fragile groups, the youth and the elderly are one of the things that they are pushing, and we actually join them in terms of supporting financial literacies and also awareness of fraud and scam for the fragile groups of people. And that's why it led up to the Bangkok blueprints.
Right. So before we go, is there any message that you would like to say to the public ahead of the event?
I think to the Thai public, I want to say that we all are a part of this meeting. No matter where you are, how far you are, there will be a part of you that associated with the meetings, because a lot of the materials, foods and decorations will relate to you in some sense. So I want to encourage everybody to be a good host as well. You can smile to foreigners in the streets. That's good already. And I want us to have a collective action and show them that together we can achieve, one of this success in terms of holding the very important meetings. And then for the friends around the world, I just want to say that I think all of us are looking forward to welcoming you guys in October, and we'll do our best not only just to smooth the meetings and for you to have a good dialogues, but also we want you to remember us as Thailand, also remember our people. So I'll see you in October.
Right. All right. Thank you very much for joining our program today. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
It's clear that hosting this event is not only an important milestone for Thailand, but also an opportunity to contribute to discussions on the future of the global economy.
Right, and for the outcomes of the meeting, NBT and NBT World will closely follow and keep you updated through our platforms. Now, that's all for Thai Pulse this weekend. We see you again. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ